Alright guys, the Game Awards just ended. It was filled with ads and political diversity messages, but if you didn't know, there was also a lot of game reveals that looked actually really great, so let's get into it right away with the first game. First off, we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Talk about a game I absolutely didn't expect, and it is being made by the Friday the 13th game creators, called Gun Media, and could be something pretty special. The game will be very dark and gory, and is an asymmetrical multiplayer horror game for PC and the next generation consoles. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is an authentic gaming experience based on the groundbreaking 1974 film. It's no secret that the original Massacre movie is probably my favorite horror film ever created, said the developers. Having the chance to really dive into the world of this IP with the team from Gun and working with Sumo to bring this vision to life has been almost surreal. For now, we know you'll have different environments to explore, like the famous house and basement of the movies, the cornfields, and more to be revealed later on, and it might also be inspired by Dead by Daylight if we're to follow some rumors. Next up, we have Evil West, which looks like a really cool Doom-like game but in third person, and I'm definitely happy with that. Paint your lightning fuel gauntlet with monster blood using brutal combos as you blast your way through various Weird West locations. Face hulking abominations, screeching monstrosities, and ancient vampires, and ram them all the way back to hell, one piece at a time in spectacular boss fights and encounters. A dark menace consumes the American frontier. As one of the last agents in a top-secret vampire hunting institute, you are the final line between humanity and a deep-rooted terror that now emerges from the shadows. Rise up to become a Wild West superhero, eradicate the vampire threat, and save the United States. In visceral, explosive combat, unleash hell with your firearms, lightning fuel gauntlets, and gadgets. Unlock new perks to evolve your monster slaying mastery, crafting your own playstyle to defeat the supernatural hordes. Next up, we have a new Warhammer 40k Space Marine game. I'm so excited for this. I never ever expected a sequel, but here we are. Unveiled at this year's Game Awards, the world premiere reveal trailer of Space Marines 2 heralds the next installment for Captain Titus and mankind's ultimate protectors, complete with a glimpse of brutal gameplay action. Heed the call for battle, for there is only war. The galaxy is in peril, entire worlds are falling. The Imperium needs you, reads the description. Embody the superhuman skill and brutality of a Space Marine, the greatest of the Emperor's warriors. Unleash deadly abilities and an arsenal of devastating weaponry to obliterate the relentless Tyranid hordes, hold at bay the horrors of the galaxy in epic battles on far-flung planets. Uncover dark secrets and drive back the everlasting night to prove your ultimate loyalty to humanity. I'm so happy and excited for this one. Next up, we have a new Wonder Woman game. Again, this is another game I was totally not expecting, but I'm definitely super hyped for this one, and it's not a game they're forcing down our throats. It's Wonder Woman, so of course it's special, and it's actually being made by really special developers too. In development by Monolith Productions, creators of the critically acclaimed Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, this open-world action-adventure game, yes, an open-world Wonder Woman game, wonder how that will turn out, will feature the beloved DC superhero, and this is a single-player action game that will introduce an original story set in the DC universe and allow players to become Diana of Themyscira in the fight to unite her Amazon family and the humans from the modern world. Powered by the Nemesis system, gamers will forge deep connections with both enemies and allies as they progress from a heroic fighter into a proven leader. Every choice made will change everything, and people will remember you later on in the game, in both bad and good ways. Next up, we have Star Wars Eclipse, an action-adventure game by Quantic Dream, the creators of Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain. This game is set during Star Wars High Republic era, which has only recently started being explored in the series' latest books. The High Republic era occurs roughly 200 years before the start of the Skywalker saga, at a time of Jedi strength, though that doesn't mean evil is at rest in the galaxy. According to the game's website, it will largely be set in the Outer Rim. You'll play as a diverse set of charismatic characters who each have their own stories, abilities, and role to play in the game's larger narrative, and even though Quantic Dream are known in making decision-making games, well, the game will also include action elements, more than its past games, so this could be very exciting. Next up, we have Nightingale, a new game from one of BioWare's ex-leading director. Nightingale sets you exploring a variety of biomes, including forests, swamps, and deserts, as you restore portals to move ever more deeply into the Fey realms. You can play alone or find a group to help you build the farms and estates you'll need to survive in a world filled with both involved magic and magical monstrosities. From the beginning, we knew we wanted to build an intricate fantasy setting as rich and full of history and life as anything we've worked on in the past, said the developers. The realms of Nightingale are vast and have many secrets to uncover, and we cannot wait for players to start discovering them. Nightingale is a new shared world survival crafting and building game coming to PC, early access in 2022. You'll immerse yourself in a new Victorian Gaslamp fantasy universe where you'll build estates and homestead, band together with other survivors, and fight nightmarish creatures as you search for a way home. Next up, we have Alan Wake 2. What a surprise, but a surprise that's extremely welcome. Whereas the first Alan Wake had horror elements in it, it was also an action game at its core. Alan Wake 2 is Remedy's first survival horror game, their take on the genre, their opportunity to truly connect the gameplay and the story. It is a deep layered mystery. So, Alan Wake 2 confirmed and coming in 2023, presented by Epic Games Publishing on PC and coming to PS5 and Xbox. I cannot wait to see more gameplay from this. Remedy knows how to make atmospheric games. Next up, we have Slitterhead, a new horror action game by the original creator of Silent Hill, and man does it look weird, just the way it should be. Showing off at the Game Awards 2021, we got a look at a truly disgusting and creepy thriller that appears to be set in Japan, where various people's heads and then their whole bodies get really disgusting as they transform into creatures I've never imagined even in my nightmares. You appear to play as someone fighting these skeletal creepy monsters, though we actually know nothing about it besides the thriller. The developer didn't share any details at all, but is keeping us very intrigued by this mess of a thriller. Next up, we have Forspoken. Mysteriously transported from New York City, Frey Holland finds herself trapped in the ancient land of Athia. Frey soon learns this beautiful land once flourished under the reign of benevolent matriarchs called Tentas, until a devastating blight relentlessly corrupted everything it touched. The break transformed animals into beasts, man into monsters, and rich landscapes into 4 dangerous realms. At the center of their shattered domains, the Tentas now rules as maddened and evil sorceresses. Frey agrees to help the last remaining citizens of Athia, who see her as their only hope. Frey's journey through this strange and treacherous land will take her deep into the art of corruption, where she must battle monstrous creatures, confront the powerful Tentas, and uncover secrets that awaken something much more from within. Next up, we have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Jump into Suicide Squad, the genre-defying action-adventure third-person shooter in development from Rocksteady Studios, creator of the Batman Arkham series. This title combines the story-driven gameplay they're known for with third-person shooter action to deliver a gaming experience unlike any other. Discover the origins of Amanda Waller's infamous tag force as Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark, who embark on their mission to take down the world's greatest DC superheroes, the Justice League. Featuring an original narrative set within an expansive open-world city of Metropolis, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Suicide Squad puts the 4 DC supervillains on a collision course with an invading alien force and DC superheroes who are now laser-focused on destroying the city they once vowed to protect. All the while, the Suicide Squad must be mindful of the lethal explosive implanted in their heads that could go off at the first sign of defiance. Next up, we have Star Trek Resurgence. Dramatic Labs revealed a new adventure game that lets players explore a distant corner of the galaxy aboard one of Starfleet's new ships, the USS Resolute. Star Trek Resurgence is billed as a third-person choice-driven adventure game centering on 2 new characters, First Officer Jara Rydek and Engineer Carter Diaz. Set shortly after the events of Star Trek The Next Generation, Resurgence follows the crew of the Resolute as they unravel a sinister mystery between 2 alien civilizations that threatens to erupt into all-out war. While Resurgence is a wholly original story, Dramatic Labs also teased the fans might recognize a familiar face or 2 along the way. Star Trek Resurgence is scheduled for release next spring for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Next up, we have A Plague Tale Requiem. In this new trailer, witness the first glimpses of Amicia and Hugo's epic adventure in a brutal, breathtaking world twisted by supernatural forces. After escaping their devastated homeland, Amicia and Hugo journey far south to new regions and vibrant cities. There, they attempt to start a new life and control Hugo's curse. But when Hugo's powers reawaken, death and destruction return in a flood of devouring rats. Forced to flee once more, the siblings place their hopes in a prophesized island that may hold the key to saving Hugo. Discover the cost of saving those you love in a desperate struggle for survival. travel, strike from the shadows, or unleash hell, overcoming foes and challenges with a variety of crafted tools and supernatural powers. The first game was epic, and this one could be just the same if they do follow the gameplay elements and story closely, just like the first one. Next up, we have Crossfire X campaign, made by Remedy and inspired by Call of Duty's fast-paced campaigns, and it looks just as awesome. The new trailer covers the two main quests that include Operation Catalyst and Operation Spectre. These two campaigns tell the tale of the conflict between Global Risk and Blacklist, which are both private military corporations in beautiful and intense locations around the world. I was totally not expecting Remedy making an FPS game like this, but I'm so down and I'm 100% more excited for the campaign than the game's multiplayer. Next up, we have GTFO 1.0, the action horror shooter just fully released onto Steam at the time of this video and adds so much new stuff. Your team of prisoners is dropped into the rundown when a new work order is issued by the Warden, the mysterious entity holding you captive. The rundown is a series of expeditions, each one taking you deeper into a decayed research facility called the Complex. You descend level by level, scavenging tools and resources that help you survive in a perilous network of tunnels where gruesome creatures lurk in every shadow. Complete all of the expeditions to fulfill the work order and clear the rundown. The new updates adds new maps, new weapons, enemies, and much more, and I might go jump in pretty soon after this video. Finally, we have Arc Raiders from ex-Battlefield developers, and the game looks really great. It just had a really weird music in its reveal trailer, which in my opinion ruined the trailer itself. Arc Raiders is a cooperative third-person shooter where you and your squad of raiders unite to resist the onslaught of Arc, a ruthless mechanized threat descending from space. You play as one of the raiders, a rogue group of resistance fighters. With the help of a patchwork early warning system, you fight to protect their home against enemies dropping from orbit. Arc is faceless and unfeeling, but no one could accuse Arc of being unresponsive. In fact, Arc responds to resistance with ever-increasing destruction. In this game, you'll scavenge the ruins of the past, also wield tools and gadgets to outsmart the enemy. Use on-the-fly tactics, your surroundings, and physics to your advantage. If you and your squad play well together, one day the stars may again become beacons of hope, instead of omens of oblivion. In this game, you'll go beyond simply matching ammo to a weapon. Experience action where combat demands unrehearsed creativity. Arc pursues you relentlessly, but together you can overcome these faceless foes. Fight, flee, and theme tune shoulder to shoulder with your squad. Alright guys, for more videos on upcoming games just like these, or on upcoming games compilation, make sure you guys support this video and of course subscribe to stay tuned.